Welcome back. Well, if it seems like your air conditioner has been working overtime, you're not imagining it. July 2016 here on the Sun Coast set a record for the hottest July ever, according to the National Weather Service. But there are ways to beat the heat inside our homes and keep your electric costs down. Energy expert Tiffany Spence is here from Florida Power and Light. And all right, Tiffany, I admit, I cringed and yelled at my children when my last bill came. Please help us to be more energy efficient.
Please.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. We have some great tips that you can use. The first, to start off, we have a smart thermostat. Okay, everyone has their cell phones out,
right.
Whether you're chasing Pokemon, you know, for the kids. Well,
right.
Adults, we can chase energy savings. Okay, so you have your app downloaded to your cell phone.
Okay.
If you have this smart thermostat, you literally can control your thermostat via the app on your cell phone. You can change those settings, maybe bump it up, bump it down. If you're at the mall and you have your smart thermostat and you're coming home, you say, you know what, I bumped it up when we left. I don't want to come home necessarily to like an 82-degree home. So you use your phone, you say, we're leaving the mall, let's lower that temperature a little bit so when we get home, it's nice and cool. And you have not wasted energy while you're gone. So that's a beautiful thing.
That's a great idea.
To be able to have the control. So it is okay to make it a little warmer during the day, because at night you do kind of need it cooler to sleep. So it's okay to have that variation?
It is, and I'm guilty of that at night. Yes, I need my AC to be very cool. I enjoy that, but for energy saving purposes in the daytime, you know, you want to bump it up a little bit to kind of take a break from that high bill. So that is a great tool to have. We love it. So the next thing we have is a smart plug. You know, it takes the place of the timers from back in the day. Now everything is like a smart plug. Yes, you can plug a lamp into it. Let's say you're leaving for dinner and you're pulling out of the driveway and say, oh my goodness, that one light was left on. Again, with an app, and you have that plugged into your smart plug in the wall, you can say, you know what, let's turn that light off, and then you know, off to dinner you go. So.
I'd like to put that on all my kids' overhead lights in bathrooms.
I never could figure out the old timers. This is awesome.
Yeah, this one it works for you.
Wow.
Push a button and it's ready to go.
Smart technology is amazing.
We love it.
Yeah,
it is.
It's phenomenal.
Crazy.
It's great. So the next we have LED lights. They are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful tools to use inside and out. LED lights can save you up to about 90% versus your regular incandescent lights.
90%?
Yes, and we're talking a much brighter lumen for a fraction of the wattage.
And have they gotten warmer now? Because at the beginning I was not liking the way they looked because they were so white.
Yeah, they were bright, but it's, you know, like anything with time, trial and error, the variations are now out there so that, you know, at first when they came out, they wouldn't dim. So they're dimmable, so, you know, sky's the limit now with LEDs, except for the wattage.
Yeah. So and worth it probably to pay up front a little more too.
A little bit, yeah. Everything, you know, kind of energy efficient, sometimes it's worth it a little bit if you can invest in advance, and the payout in the long term is very good.
Good to remember.
So we have our beach ball, and people are like, beach ball, energy efficient, what is that? Okay, well, the beach ball is going to represent our pool pumps, you know, for those of us that have pools at home. And those are things that just kind of running behind the scenes that we don't think about. So when we talk about investment, so if you can invest in a variable speed pool pump up front, that's something that it's like, you know, instead of driving your car at 60 all the time, you know, you kind of stop and go, you go a little bit slower. So that's what the variable speed pool pump does. It kind of slows the flow of the water in the pool from time to time, so it's not running at full speed all the time.
Never thought of that.
And if it's not something
that's energy, that's energy that we're using that you don't think about.
You just don't think about it.
And it runs 10 hours a day.
And you're not getting anything good out of it.
Right.
You know, it's just kind of just circulating the water. And so when you say it runs about 10 hours a day, if you say, well, you know, I don't want to make that upfront investment. So, you know, if it's 10 hours a day, your pool is running, you know, maybe adjust it by 1 hour or 2 hours.
Kick it back.
Kick it down. And you can save up to $100 a year just by changing your daily runtime settings for your pool pump. So those are great savings there that we kind of don't think about.
Okay, and then you also brought an air filter, which is always on the to-do list at my house.
Yes.
What do these represent for our energy efficiency?
This represents how your AC is breathing. Okay, so yes, this is when your pool, I mean, your AC filter is nice and clean. Your AC is just, you know, great, this is good. I can supply that air, this is fantastic. When it's dirty, your AC is kind of breathing like this. And if we had to talk with our hands over our mouth, we'd be taking a lot more energy.
So it's important for airflow.
You want that airflow and you want it to be nice and clean and flow. So there's always going to be an arrow to let you know kind of how to install it, which way should the air be flowing to get the best use out of it. So again, it's one of those things, it's hidden, it's out of sight, out of mind.
But you gotta remember.
But you gotta remember, and people will ask all the time, you know, with FPL, do I change it monthly? Do I change it every 3 months? And that kind of varies based on your household. Do you have more pets, more kids, more people? Then maybe you're changing yours monthly.
Okay.
Is it just a single person? You know, maybe you can check it monthly, but it might not necessarily need to be replaced monthly.
Okay, and before we're out of time, I want to highlight a couple of things. One of them on the FPL website, because there's a really cool thing you can do. You can log on to FPL and actually put in some factors to find out how much money you could save just by making some simple changes. So that's FPL.com/easy to save. I think that is an absolutely great interactive tool there. So thank you for that. And now is the time where we're all trying to save a few bucks and keep ourselves cool.
Me too.
Yeah, every one of us.
Universal, universal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can be just as cool and save money.
Yep,
is
so some
correct.
great advice. Thank you, Tiffany. We
You're
appreciate
very
you helping us
welcome.
out with those electric bills. Coming up next, Suncoast deserves a pat on the back for a couple of things, and it's almost time to head to the kitchen to snack with